Right, well, after the previous video of the haul of cars I bought at Copart, suppose I better start dealing with them and fixing them. So first off, we're going to attack the Smart with the snapped track rod and damaged front end. So start there and see where we go. Well, little update. Smart car, snapped track rod. We've got the old one off. Where is it? There, nice and bent and sheared. And the other end, and we've got a new track rod and a new end to go on. And a little update on the newly arrived Cooper S. As you probably just saw, it literally just arrived. I told a friend about it and he said he was interested. He's got a group of friends that have them and they all go on track days. So I took it straight over there. I've had it an hour and it's sold. So that's good. One in, one out. That's what we like. So yeah. So hopefully now the Smart car is done. Well, say done. Needs a bumper, a wing. But at least it's drivable now. So that's another bit off the list. Moving on. Here you go. There's a fat man driving a Smart car. Toot toot. There you go. There's a fat man driving a convertible Smart car now. Meet me. So onto the green Mini. Pulled that in. As you can see, the camber, well hopefully you can see that. Camber is very well off. Now, I've had a look at the strut towers. The strut towers all look straight compared to the other side. So I don't think we've got any bendage up there. The bottom arm seems the same as the other one. The tie rods all seem the same. The ARB link is all the same. It's just the shock. Obviously that's where the tire's been rubbing on it. I'm guessing this is bent. So I'm going to whip the shock out. I've got one on order. Whip it out and see what's what. Hopefully it's just that that's causing it to bend. I can't see any other reason. So a little update. It's off. I don't think it's supposed to be bent like that. So we've got a new one on order. So then hopefully we can get all that back together. Try and pull a bit of that dent out. At least then it'll be rolling and driving, and then I can advertise it needing bodywork. At least the mechanicals will be done. Oh, I'm going to get rid of these horrible spotlights as well because someone's bodged all that in there. Nasty, so that's all going to come out. Right, so until the new shock comes along, that's it for this one. Well, the new shock's turned up a week later. COVID apparently. And as you can see, I think we can see the problem. Deck's out the way. So it's bent, the old one is bent this way and then this way. And obviously this one is just straight down. So with any luck, we should have a straight wheel again. So let's get that fitted. And went to make a start and noticed the problem. Anyone spot it? I'll give you a minute. Anti-roll bar link bolts up on the new one to the side. Oh, I've only waited a week for this. Better phone the supplier. So, anyone who's taken a spring off before will probably know what these are. Spring compressors. You'll probably also know how bloody scary they are. I hate using them, but needs are a must, so get on. had a DJ. So I've called the supplier with my findings, obviously the difference. Had a quick Google, and all the ones for a Mini seem to have this type of anti-roll bar link, as in what the new one has. So unless this is an original and they've changed the design since, I don't know. But not heard back, and I ain't got time to wait. I need to get this car rolling. We can add an anti-roll bar link later before it goes anywhere, but I just need to get it back on the floor and back on its wheels. So we're going to put this one together and hope for the best. Maybe I won't. Maybe I fucking won't. Well, scrap that. I ain't gonna be able to use it because A, there doesn't seem to be a spring retainer, so the spring can just rotate, although it is slightly different shape, so it might not. Also, the shaft length is a lot longer and the thread's different, so I can't even reuse the top nut that didn't come with it, let's say. So yeah, I think we've shit out on this. Back to the drawing board. Okay, so the saga is, I spoke to another supplier who I use when I've really got nowhere else to go, and he managed to find out that this is one of the first ones, and obviously the suspension design was revised a bit later on, so BMW only. So instead of it being £45 from the factors, it's £120. So I'm already caught out on one car. Let's hope this run of luck doesn't continue, but you know, it is what it is. Get it back on the road at least. So it's on order, so hopefully the next couple of days I should get that. So that's the update on this for now. Well, we got the extortionate shock absorber from BMW. As you can see, it's a match. Thank God. So we'll get that built up and get it fitted on the car. Right, so the new strut is on. Just waiting on the anti-roll bar link to turn up tomorrow, so I'll do that in the morning, and then we'll give it a bit of a road test and just see if it's all right. I know the discs are a bit rusty, but obviously they've been sat for a while, so hopefully they'll all clean off. But take a quick road test, a quick rundown, and see if there's anything else we need. So that's this one for now. Right, there you go, new drop link. So that can go on. We'll get the wheel back on, get it on the floor, and see if it drives all right. Here we go. Right, well, it's back on the floor, all done. So I need to go on a road test shortly. But I've got a Ford Fusion spring to change first. That's snapped, so I had to go and pick that up this morning. So yeah, so it's back on the floor. We've got a bit of camber, but I think that's normal looking at this side. So yeah, we'll get it out on a road test in a little while. Still got MOT on it. Chuck the trade plates in and go for a little drive. I'll report back. There we go. Ford Fusion snap spring. That obviously should be up there. And here is the broken bit. So we've got to whip this out. Pinch bolt at the bottom there. Undo the pipes. Undo the top. Pull her out. Swap it over. Right, so the radio in this green Mini isn't working. I've checked the fuse, it seems okay. So I'm going to take the radio out and just check the power to the radio. So I reckon the radio's probably had it, or there's an issue somewhere. So we've got to undo these bolts at the side here, take these covers off, and then you can get to the screws in the radio. So we've got to do that. Also, with the new shock and spring on, I can hear the spring twanging a bit. So it's obviously not seated right. So I need to just double check that and maneuver it to where it needs to be. So that's today's tasks. Okay, so it turns out, as well as the screws at the side that hold the silver parts on, we had to take the cup holders out. So there's 2 screws, 1 in each cup holder, and then there's 2 underneath the mirror cover. So once they're out, you can pull it all out. So now we've just got to undo, well, I've undone these ones, but undo the screws aside and pull the radio out. So that's next. Right, so we've had the radio out, had a check. We've got live when the ignition's on, but the permanent live to the radio isn't there. I've checked the fuses. There's actually 2 fuses, fuse 10 and fuse 27. They've both got, well, the fuse is fine, there's live between both of them, but obviously it's not getting from there to there. So I think what we'll probably do is run a wire up from the cigarette lighter, which is there under the carpet there, up there to the live, to get the radio to work. Obviously, if I was keeping this car, or I was trying to make some good money out of it, I would obviously trace that whole wiring back. But yeah, I literally just want to get it working, get it on the move, and sell it as a project. So I'm going to run a wire from there up to there, obviously remove the live to the stereo that's not working, just in case it backfeeds it and there's a short somewhere or whatever. So we will do that for now, and then obviously make the new owner aware that it is wired that way, and then obviously if they want to delve into it they can, but I suspect they won't be interested. As long as the radio works, they probably won't care. So that's the next job. Okay, so what we've done is run a wire. I haven't fixed it down yet, but we've run a wire round to the fuse board, round on the back of the radio fuse, so we just run a new live. So what I'll do is disconnect the original one, just in case it backfeeds and there's a short somewhere, and then we'll run the live straight in there. So we've got permanent live, and it will remember all the stations, etc. So that's another job almost done. Right, all back together, turn the key, we have a radio. Turn the key off, we don't. Fantastic. So yes, that's now wired in down to the fuse box behind its fuse. So disconnected the old wire just in case we didn't want to backfeed it and end up causing a short or anything. So that's that done. That's another job ticked off the list. Okay, so the mini saga continues. Now, you saw me take it all apart, put it together on the new shock, put it on the car, go for a drive. Well, the spring was twanging as you went on full lock, so something didn't sound right. Now, obviously it had this top mount, 31306758309, which is apparently, again, same issue with the shock, really early. Now, obviously the label's all still on it, it looks fairly new, so someone's changed that recently. So when I put it all back together as it was, what didn't seem quite right was, I don't know if you can see that because the light isn't that much cop. Can I? There you go. Right, so you can see the top bearing, and you can see the spring doesn't sit on it. You can see it's a lot bigger. So I thought, right, okay, so someone's changed it. It's got the wrong spring on it. Because obviously it should fit around that bearing cup. So a call went into the motor factors. One of them couldn't get a spring for this year. Or, sorry, this month, shall I say, because it was only a few months that they did this style. The other factors could get one, so I ordered it. Come next day, and it was exactly the same as this one. Didn't fit in the bearing cap. So I took this to them. They had a look. They went, yeah, obviously something's not right. Went through it all, managed to find another spring. Turned up, it's not that either. So we were scratching our heads, and to be fair to the guys at Motor Parts Direct, they went through it all, and we worked out we're missing a spring top. So whoever put it together last time, obviously when they fitted that, forgot to put this in. So this is from BMW again, that's the part number, spring cup. There you go, that sits on the bearing, and that accepts a spring. Again, you probably can't see that very well. Let's put that on. Still not hugely tight, but hopefully with the rubber boot there, hopefully that will sort it all out. So, time to get it back together. Time to get it back on the car and hopefully drive it out for the last time. Here we go. There we go, back together. And it turns without twanging. Right, get it back on the car. Well, it drove home, no twanging. Drives quite nice, even though it's a bit tatty on the outside, it drives quite nice. So hopefully it will do someone a good turn. So I think that's that on this one. Got the little Smart in the workshop today. It come with the damaged front, as you probably remember. Well, we've had another wing painted, so we've got to take this front end off and get it fitted on, and then that'll be sorted, ready to go on to whoever wants to buy it. Hopefully he'll get on with that. Right, so to remove this front wing, we've got to take the whole front clip off. Now, to do that, there are, you can't see that at all. There are, see them bolts down there, the torque bolts, got to undo all those. Got to undo that to pull the little bit of trim off. Same on the other side. And then there are clips on this grill that hold it in. You might just be able to see them. You've got to poke them in with a screwdriver. And then there's a couple on the bottom that just clip over. They're nothing too strenuous. And then we can just pull the whole front clip off. So I will crack on with that now. There we go. One front end off. So now we've got to undo the bolts that are holding this old bit on, and then we can change it. Right, so it's done, it's all back together, ready to go to a new owner. So I think that's enough to update in this one. It's already gone on a bit long, so that's 2 of the haul sorted, ready to go. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe and share, and we'll see you soon in another video.